What's going on, everybody? Darren here, your keto coach and more, but we're talking about keto nutrition plan. Lesson number 3. So lesson number 2 was, or number 1 was figuring out your macros. How many grams of protein per day, how many grams of healthy fat, and how many grams of carbs. The carbs are simple. Guys, 50 to 60 per day of starchy carbs. Rices, oatmeals, potatoes, bananas, fruit, breads, pastas. That's very low. And the question I get is, oh man, that's really low. When you throw in the healthy fats, you're not gonna miss carbs at all. It's one of the huge benefits of this style of eating, okay? Some of you had a little bit of a trouble figuring out your macros with the last lesson. It's not that hard. Just comment and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out very easily. Deb figured it out very easily, and it was a little bit high for her. It's just a starting point, and we adjusted her calories down to 1,800. So this is your weekly check-in. Keep this really simple. All right, this is a food log. Click below and you're gonna print one off. It's super important. We're going old school. Down here at the bottom, you're gonna put wake up time, bedtime every day. Down here below that, you're gonna put what exercise you did, what type of exercise, and what time you did it. And then the sample is over here is to the left of how to exactly fill it out. Each time you open up your mouth, it's a meal, and you input what you ate every time you eat. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 times, whatever it is. You put what you ate, one corner you put the time that you ate it, and the other corner you put your hunger level, 1 to 5, right before you ate that meal. 1's not very hungry at all, 5 is ravenous, the most hungry you've ever been, 2, 2.5, or 3 is moderate average. Very important. This weekly check-in is so important. I'm going to help tweak and change things every week for you. Within 2-3 weeks, it will be dialed in. All right. 2 things, so that's the food log. You gotta fill it out and you gotta post it in here in the forum so I can see it. It's old school. Also, any feelings, any thoughts or feelings in your body, write down here. Gonna get in tune with your food and what bothers you and what doesn't, what you're allergic to and what's not. Okay, here's what we're gonna monitor. Very simple. 1 time a week, the same time of the day, probably Saturday or Sunday, first thing in the morning, get up in your birthday suit because everyone wants to weigh less, get on the scale. Get a scale weight and a very simple waistline measurement. Now this is super important. The waistline measurement, if you're taking it by yourself, so the scale weight doesn't matter nearly as much as the waistline, all right? The waistline measurement, how it changes, and on top of that, how you feel during the week with your focus, your energy, productivity, and as you start to work out, your strength in the workouts and your endurance in the workouts. That's what we're gonna monitor to tweak every week. Tweak every week. I like that. Okay, so if you're by yourself, you gotta put the tape measure parallel to the floor, right through the middle of the navel. Pull at the same tightness, take a breath in, and exhale and let your tummy be loose. Let your tummy come out. Look in the mirror, I got a mirror right there, so it's parallel to the floor. And pull at the same tightness, let your tummy out, look down, and measure it in 1/16. That's the smallest increment on the tape measure. Measure in 1/16. 1/16 is the smallest line. So even if it was 34 1/4, don't say 34 1/4, say 34 4/16. That way each week we're gonna see how many 1/16 it changes. Hopefully for the better, but it could get worse with water retention or if you have a bad week. So on the food log check-in, down at the bottom, every week, your scale weight and your waistline measurement for the last week and then the previous week coming up, we put it down here. Simple as that. And then we'll talk about how your energy felt, your focus, your strength during the workouts, your endurance, but your ability to get through your day and think and be productive at your other things that you need to do in the real life, in the real world. This is a huge, huge part of this program. If there's any questions, comment below. Let's talk it out. I'm excited for you guys and girls. Let's rock and roll. You do have the power to change to make the rest of your life the best of your life. And we're gonna go keto starting out, but that's not to say we might not come off of it and try a little bit of something else and then come back on keto. Long term, I think that's the best approach. Not the same way all the time. All right? Talk to you soon. Great job.